All right, all right, all right, all right. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Come on in and have a seat. Come on in and have a seat. This is your host, Christal XO, and we are here for tonight's recap. Finally, tonight's recap from the finale from Ready to Love. I'm on location again. I'm in New York, but of course, I have my co host holding me down from Atlanta. Not ready for Mo. Y'all are serious about Mo coming on. Let me get my co host. Let me go ahead and get my co host in the building. Hey, Mo.
What's up?
Hey, Loki. Hey, Severius. Thank you guys so much. We
And
are
I
here.
talk about me too, just so y'all know. I saw the comments. I saw my internet is right today.
Okay. Yeah, it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better. Your screen is clear.
Yeah.
Screen is clear. I am in a hotel in upstate New York, you guys. I have been um moving around quite a bit, but I'm feeling better. It's crazy because people were telling me, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I thought I was fine, and then come to find out, I had bronchitis. So I was not okay. Mo, are you frozen? If he's frozen again, we literally went through this whole thing, and we were on to make sure that his internet was up, and then we get on and it's already frozen. Jesus Christ. But anyway, oh my God, his thing is really frozen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Welcome, family. Welcome. Mo is frozen again. You guys, that is nuts. 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 What in the hell? What in the hell? What in the hell is going on? Let me see if I can try to get him on the phone because we got a lot to go through. And I know, oh my God, he's not even on anymore. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I don't believe anything of what I saw tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I don't believe anything that I saw tonight. Tonight's episode was a long time coming, but I just don't believe any of the couples that we saw leave together tonight. I call bullshit. Um, I'm calling bullshit on both of the couples that um, that made it to the end. And I'm going to get into why residual income. I'm going to get into why. I'm trying to let Mo get back in here. Come on, this is ridiculous. Y'all, we gave him a hard time. He got his internet together and then it went all the way out. Thank you so much, Sharon, for asking. I'm feeling so much better. I am here in upstate New York. You guys see, I'm back in a hotel. So I've been moving around, but I want to talk about the fact that this season has been extremely disappointing. I think to most Ready to Love fans. Hey, Moati. Yes, it's been extremely disappointing this season because I just don't feel like we saw a real connection. And the only connection that made it to the very end is one that we just the one that made it that we believed in did not even work, didn't even make it to the very end. So before we get into all that, I'm trying to get my co-host back in here. Y'all, I'm gonna give him a really hard, like for real, for real.
I don't
Dude,
know.
come on, man. Like as soon as we get on, come on, come on, come on, come
I don't
on.
know what happened. I don't think. Let me not say it might be me.
Come on, turn it to the side. It is definitely you. Turn it to the side. Come on now. Come on. Come
My
on.
bad.
Did your phone ring?
No.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. People are like, we just gonna be here and then he gonna just freeze up and then leave again. And then he gonna try to blame it on me. Come on.
No, I was going with my other phone, but we good for
Get
now.
it together. Get it together. All
My
right.
bad.
So what I was saying is I don't believe anything that we saw. But
Me.
what is so sad about this season is the only couple that we even sensed some reality to ended up not making it to the very end, right? I'm
Right.
talking about, for me, of course, we're talking about Aries and Phil. I knew because we kept talking about um, Phil's lack of stability that kept coming up in every conversation. So I knew that there was a huge possibility that they would not make it. I want to ask you, Mo, what did you think about Aries' reasoning tonight for not accepting Phil's offer?
I think the whole time she was on the fence, but when her mother, and I want to say that was her sister, came in, that just pushed it all the way over, man. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. And I felt bad for homie at the end. I ain't gonna even lie. But I just it was a fine. I get it, you
Yeah.
know, but I mean, do we really know his situation?
Well, there's been so much talk. Obviously, I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Now we
Right.
know the guys that have come on the show,
They
um,
co-signed it and said he was good.
they've co-signed. But see, I would say for a woman, women and men are different. A woman, if you just got your stuff together, we don't feel like that's good. We feel like stability suggests you've been good for a while and that you will be good for a while. Like you
Okay.
can hit a lick and feel like you're good, but that doesn't mean to a woman that, especially a woman with children and that has been used to
So
being
he's good for himself. He maybe not be good for two people.
right. And well, not just two people, but if you're
But
thinking about it, that could be a family like her and her children. Like,
right,
that's a whole thing. But I don't know. I feel like, and you guys can let me know what you think. I feel like it was more even than the money. I feel like it's a leadership thing, right? I feel like it's really about, him being the kind of man that she felt safe with. We talked
right.
about that earlier this season. Like, I feel like women need to be able to feel safe with the man that they're with.
And the leadership thing, that was one of the things that came up at dinner.
Right.
Um, when the mother asked, well, if there's a decision needs to be made, he was like, well, I'll talk it over with her and get her opinion on it. And after that, it was over. They was like,
Yeah.
nah. So,
Yeah. I just think that I don't know if Phil really gave her that feeling that she could trust him and that he would be a strong leader. And I think the Aries may need someone that's a little different. Now, I really hate it because sometimes I think that what we're looking for, sometimes we have an idea of what it looks like and we may not give other people a chance. I really think that, I don't know. I like Phil. I feel like
I,
he was genuine.
I like Phil. He gave a baseball at the end with a
Yeah,
heart stick.
that was cute.
I know he
That was
felt like it at afterwards.
well, and also when he was on when I interviewed him, he
Yeah.
shared how they had so many instances in their past where they would have like almost connected. Like they went to the same church. They
Okay.
were both a part of a couples group
Yeah.
at the church. I mean, they had a lot of history.
So it could
And
be right.
what?
It could be bad timing.
I don't know. I don't think
No.
it's bad timing now. I think that they are just. I don't feel like that's what she wants. Tamika said he was a Buddhist and Aries is not.
Oh, I forgot about. Yeah. 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 I saw the mother's eyebrows raised when he said that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would raise an eyebrow. And I do think, you have to be equally yoked as far as like what you believe in and what your deal breakers and things like that are. But the crazy thing is they were the only people that I actually felt really had chemistry. I feel like it was not an easy decision for her to make
Yeah. He,
about,
and it
yeah.
wasn't one from. He didn't want to hear either. You could tell. He looked kind. I felt bad for him. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. I feel like that was the only couple I feel like was ready to love, but I do appreciate Aries not saying yes if she didn't mean it, because we do know that a lot of people will say yes, and then as soon as, I mean, last season and seasons before,
Yeah.
as soon as the reunion is I mean, as soon as the reunion is over, they stop talking, or they stop interacting. So I appreciate her not trying to be full of it, right?
Right.
Um, I do appreciate that. What do you think? How does that feel for you? Like, what would your advice be to a man like Phil, if you were in a situation and you see that a woman Because after a while, even Phil was saying, like, I'm tired of answering this question. It keeps coming back up. Like,
Right.
what do you think he could have done differently to put himself in a better situation?
Um, I mean, he presented the best version of himself at that moment. You know, that's all he can do. You
Yeah.
know, but I like what he said. He was like, if she doesn't respect me, then she made the right decision. I shouldn't be here anyway. So there it is. That's it.
That's true. I believe I'm very big on a woman has to respect the man almost more than she loves the man for it to work. I feel like I think men need to be respected and
I,
women need to be loved.
that's just above love. Like we want the respect just to hover over top of the love. Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because
So
people that'll love you would still do you dirty and just be like, well, I love you and I'm sorry. But when people respect you, they think twice of 3 or 4 times before they even, you know what I mean?
yeah. And I know that I have dated a guy that I loved, but I did not respect. I did not trust him to lead, but I really cared about him. Um,
Mm.
but so I can't. And I learned that later that I have to be with a man that I respect first, and then I can love him. But if I can't respect him, I'm not
So
gonna.
was that in love or love?
I probably was in deep like. I probably
Okay,
was in deep like.
okay. Because I
Yeah,
don't know if you. I mean, I guess you can love, but love is more of a commitment. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like you commit to someone that you don't respect.
yeah. That's true. I feel like I could, but I also feel like they wouldn't get the best version of me. Like,
You
because
go
I feel like a lot of times people will do things out of feeling like that's the right thing to do, even
right,
if it's not really what's right for them, you know?
right,
So I do think that I could be in a relationship with a man, but he wouldn't get the best version of Christal.
gotcha.
So I feel like with Aries, I feel like Phil is a good guy. I mean, he's a sweet guy. But he was not going, he was not going to get the best version of her because she didn't feel safe with him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, I do think it was sweet with the baseball and the fact that he was really caring. But
Ain't
if
that he gave her the baseball and she threw him the curve?
yikes.
Damn it, man.
Poor Phil. All right, so let's move on to Marie and initially Marie and Katerina and Jessica. First, can I just say I don't believe that Marie really liked Katerina. He kept saying that he did, when he was
Right.
here. Um,
She
I
came in later, correct?
She came in later. She was a curveball, but I just never felt like I feel like Marie saw Jessica
And he,
and I think he was really into Jessica, but I think Marie was surprised that he made it to the end with Jessica.
I know he was surprised. I know he was surprised. I was
What?
nah, but I just think that with he was already locked into her. So no matter who you threw in that mix, it wasn't gonna matter.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I don't really think Katarina had a chance really with any of the guys. Like, I feel like because she came in late, I
Right.
don't feel like any of them really were open. I think everybody this season really they had their plan already done. And I don't feel like she really had a chance. Maybe with
That where somebody came in midway and has that ever worked?
Yeah, and other seasons, but
Okay.
this season was just kind of weird. Like everybody was like trying to click up early. Now, I do think the only person I think that maybe she could have, like, I think Chris, not Chris that we talked to, but Christopher, the other Chris,
I ain't seen him.
maybe, but I just don't think that I didn't see any real connections between her and the guys on the show.
Right.
Um so that was I just didn't even understand why we were, even still entertaining that with Katarina and Marie.
Can I
Um,
talk his outfit for a second? He looked like a candy striper. He had this white shirt with these red stripes going down. I'm like, yo, what the? Yo, that shit look crazy.
okay, yes. The lady and son said, please do. Um, Marie, I didn't believe the Katarina thing, but I also don't believe that Jessica is into Marie at all. Now,
Hell, hell no. I don't believe none of
now Herbert did try to have not the Kentucky Fried Chicken outfit. You know
it.
what?
There you go. Like that. Like that. He looked like a. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, definitely look like a candy cane or something.
Maybe everybody can't dress. Everybody could. Everybody cannot dress. But I'm hey, hey,
Hey, it
okay,
is.
hey, there. But okay. Tamika says Mario is the best dresser on the show. Quentin's suit was so tight. We're gonna get to Quentin.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna get to Quentin's suit, but not looking like church candy. You know what? Oh my God, the chat is hilarious. Um, yeah, I just don't. Let's talk about Marie and Jessica, okay?
Right.
Because like I said, Herbert came on. We had a great conversation with Herbert on Monday, and Herbert said that Jessica does like bigger guys, which Jessica said that. I just still don't believe it though. I just
But
don't.
this, like taller guys or bigger
And
guys.
somebody said somebody said like athletic, like a football player.
Right, right. Okay, I can see that. But I don't know. I don't know. I know that she just doesn't seem convincing. I don't think she liked that. Well, obviously she liked Chris, but at one point. But with Mario, it just wasn't convincing to me.
I don't, and I don't think that I understand that she's sapiosexual, and that she likes guys that are smart. I can feel that. I get that. I just don't believe that she really even saw that in Marie. I think that people keep saying that there was no kiss. Not only like she didn't
Yeah,
even,
go ahead. That's about it.
but even during the entire season, we never saw her even put a hand on him, on his shoulder. Like it just wasn't even, you know, I didn't like it.
I think that I think she just wanted to make it to the end. Like I don't know, man. I can't figure it.
For her, I don't even think she cared like that. I think maybe Marie wanted to. I don't, because I don't think Jessica does not come off as anybody that is thirsty for television, right? I don't
Okay.
think that. I mean, I think she's very successful. I don't think that she's now. Maybe she wanted to win. Maybe she wanted to win, but I just don't see her as being someone that was like thirsty
What do you win? Win
to
what?
you, you be
Like
able to say, I'm saying like sometimes people will look at it like it's a game and you win so you stay on till the very end. So it's not really about a prize. You don't really win a prize. The only
you,
prize is the person.
you win each other, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's saying she wanted the. She ain't talking to that man no more.
Hey Colton. Hey China Doll. China Doll says she's very competitive. She just wanted to win. I think that could be it. That could
I,
be it.
I give you that. Okay.
Yeah. I think, I'm going to be honest, guys. I do feel like Jessica was really into Chris. Like I said, the physical contact between Jessica and Chris, with Jessica just taking him around and making sure that he talked to every single girl before he left. It was more physical contact than she ever had with Maria the entire season. She also seemed very cool with him. And I think that would have brought out a better side. I feel like if Chris had have just given her a little bit of a chance, like obviously Chris is very, I don't like how he acted at the end,
Right.
but I feel like if they could have gotten to a better place, they could have really, I think she really, really liked him.
But would he have liked her?
I think he was attracted to her. I think if, let me say this, but what if he had been able to make her feel comfortable enough to get to her softer side? If he had been a little bit patient.
But here's the thing. Okay, so people were like, she's warming up to, or she needs to get comfortable
Yeah.
with Marie, right? She
Mm,
didn't have to do that with Chris. She took his hand. She was
yeah.
comfortable.
True.
She was
True.
comfortable to do that. She ain't do that with him.
But I know, but I'm saying like maybe Chris, I wonder if Chris could have gave her a little bit more. I guess if he didn't like it, he didn't like it because he was just like, it's not what I want. So, hey.
You're making excuses for her because she's pretty, Christal.
No,
Christal Jordan.
I mean, I feel like there was more to her. And even most people have said, like, Jessica is the type of person that probably, like, you know, how a flower will blossom later. Like, it may not be a big blossom now, but if
Ain't
you
nobody got for that. Christal Jordan. I'm gonna call you Christal Jordan all night, just so you know.
no, but I just wish Chris would have gave her a little bit more of a little bit more grace because I think that she would have really, I think that they would have been a better couple. I think the fact that, and I also say this, let me say this. I don't
Mhm.
think you get angry at someone like that unless you did like them at some point.
Possibly. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. But in this whole dating game thing, don't you have to establish a connection? Wouldn't it be smart to establish a connection early if you could?
They did.
No, but what I'm saying is, when you're saying if he had to warm up, she was to him. But what I'm saying is, if he would have gave her more time, you giving time for other people to make their move too, right?
Nobody, y'all ain't feeling that. Y'all ain't feeling that. What I'm saying.
Thank
Lady
you.
said, "No, I'm not buying that, Chris." I just think that because I think that Jessica, the best version of Jessica, would have been with someone that she felt the way she felt about Chris. But that went bad. And I don't think, I guess Chris was very clear about not seeing what he wanted. He was really clear about that. Very clear. So, okay. Jessica's not moving to Africa. Is
Hell no.
Marie moving to Africa or is he just saying that?
I believe he's moving to Africa. That last suit that he wore on the end, look, he already went to Africa.
Shut up.
That's just
All right. Mo is acting up, y'all. Mo is acting up. Magic says all the hoteps say that. I mean, maybe he's moving to Africa. Um, yeah, yeah. All right. But I don't believe that Jessica's into him at all.
no.
The forehead kiss, she did not kiss him. She didn't want to be there. I don't know. You know what? Y'all are acting up. And it's because of you. You have
What
been acting up. Where's the Jew says he's built like a village chief. I'm not going to wait. I like
hey,
stop, Mo.
oh, that's hilarious. But
Okay.
um, I, she's I don't know, man. She seems kind of stiff to me, to be honest. To me, I
But
could
even
be wrong.
even in the interview that I did with her, you thought she
No,
was
I think with a woman, maybe I don't know. It's just maybe it's just with him because I didn't really get a chance to see it with Chris.
if a woman does not like a man,
Right,
see, women we are how we are with, if we're attracted to somebody, we act very different, right?
right, right.
So and if a man makes you comfortable, that's really what it is. Like she wasn't laughing, like there was nothing about Marie that put her at ease. I think that she just, I don't, someone said maybe she's a lesbian or something. I don't know if she's a lesbian because she stopped Mo because she liked Chris and she was very different. If you
But
guys go back and look at that,
was connection to her then? Marie's connection to Jessica.
I think Maria liked the fact that she's pretty.
That's it.
What else did we see Maria talking about?
Good point.
I mean, I didn't see. I think Mario was just happy to be holding on. I think
Okay.
he was just happy to be there. I think when we saw all the guys come to the mansion initially, I don't think anybody would have assumed that Mario would have made it to the very end.
Definitely not.
So I feel like he was just happy to be hanging on. He was
Okay.
happy to be there. And I feel like whoever was going to be the best option, he was going to be cool to be with that person. I feel like if Jessica had went home and Katarina had stayed, he would have been cool to be with Katarina. Like I just feel like Marie was just happy to hang in there. People, we have heard, of course, that people said he had an alliance with Jessica and Janelle. We don't know. We may see a little bit more on the reunion next week. But
Right.
what I do know is that I don't believe that relationship at all. I don't expect them to even get past that episode that they filmed.
I believe
Probably
that.
said cut. Jessica
Right.
went to her car.
She's like, nigga, get your hands off me.
She probably rubbed her head. Ugh, I don't like that kiss. Yeah, I mean, when you're not into somebody, like it almost like every little thing they do annoys you.
Right.
And she did not. I didn't think that she even. I think she would be annoyed by Marie. And I'm not saying that to be mean to him. I just don't think Jessica was into him.
Right. You're right.
All right. Lovely Jay. So they shook hands, walked in separate directions, and didn't see each other to the reunion. Yes, yes, yes. I agree with that. All right. So now coming to Janelle and Q. Christy T says Janelle and Q kissed.
Yes, they did. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because of how you said it.
Yes, they did.
Oh my God. All right, let's talk about Jessica. Let's talk about Janelle and Q.
Let's
So
talk about it.
you said what?
I said, let's talk about it.
I can say this. Janelle and Q from the beginning have been each other's connection.
Okay.
Uh, that has been consistent. Q did not like any of the other girls. I really don't like how he did Lee. I feel like he should have just let Lee go way
Yeah.
before that. Like
Yeah.
that was lame. And then when she self-eliminated, he was like, "Oh, I hate that she did that." No, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like he was, and it just, I don't know, some things that don't really add up or make sense. But say it again.
The age difference.
Well, there's a few things. Okay, so we know that there's an age difference of about 10 years, right?
Okay.
And then also Janelle said that she really looks to be married. She wants to be married or at least engaged by the end of the year. So that was basically saying 6, 7 months from the time they filmed, she wanted to be engaged. She
Damn.
also said that she was open to having one child, but it
Right.
had to start quickly. And then she wanted to adopt because she acknowledged that she's adopted. So Quentin said he wants to have 3 children.
He do.
Um, he also there is just a few things that were weird for him going from wanting 3 children to then saying that he would be open to adopting. That was just too fast of a flip for me, and it didn't feel real. Yeah.
Okay. I
Um,
said the same thing. When it was, I think it was her cousin. They had dinner. They had the
right,
dinner.
right.
Um, that looked odd to me a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
Because the cousin was away. I have a feeling he might be away. They kind of look like they was on a date together. They didn't need her. I don't know. He seems like a cool guy, and he seems to know the right things to say.
Yeah,
It's
kind
it's kind of generic though to me. His answers.
of. Yeah,
That's what makes me feel like, yeah. Well, it's a few things, but that's one of them that makes me feel like, nah, he's trying to hang on as well.
yeah. I feel like, I mean, it has been from the beginning, but I just don't see real chemistry between the two of them. Now, I will say this: every single man that has come on the show has said, except for Chris, has said that Janelle, of course she's beautiful, but she also has a way with talking to women, um, and
Mm,
that there was a lot of that she would definitely have you caught up, right?
oh,
Um, I just don't. I didn't even get that from Q. Like I didn't even get that. I didn't see any chemistry, I guess, between the two of them. Now, I will say this. Janelle has been on social media and has said that and has basically accused someone of being gay, right? We don't know if it's Q that she was speaking to. We don't know if it's Q that she was speaking about. Okay, Love Rika says she saw the connection. Okay. Um,
okay.
I just didn't see it. I did not see it. People are saying that you need to be on Ready to Love.
Oh,
You.
nah, I ain't ready.
I don't know if that's who Janelle was talking about or not. I've heard that Janelle was talking about Chris. We've heard from different people, who she might have been speaking about. I don't know if it was Q. I just don't see Janelle and Q being together. I don't feel like they. I don't feel like Q. I feel like Janelle would be the leader of that relationship, not Q. I don't feel like because I feel like she was the she kind of set the tone and he just kind of was going along with whatever he wanted to do she wanted to do, even with her saying him saying he always saw three children and her saying maybe 1.1.5 and a dog, like, and then all of a sudden he decides he doesn't want three children anymore. Like it just doesn't, it feels like she's the leader, he's the follower. And I also don't think that she would be comfortable in that type of relationship. I think Janelle wants to be with a man that she really respects and looks up to. So we were talking about not African Chris. Y'all, come on. I I don't want to just Chris, Nigerian Chris is who people have said that she was speaking about. I don't know. I don't know, what that is or not.
I never got that.
I didn't get that from him either, but a lot of people did get that. I don't and I also don't think it's a negative thing, right? So I think that it's
Like, it is what it is, but I just didn't get it from Chris.
yeah, I didn't get it from Chris either. But
I definitely got it when they showed the montage of like all the stuff that happened leading up to, and I saw I guess it was a hold down,
it was a hold down.
and I saw that was enough for me. I saw, yeah. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now let me ask you this, because you saw the interview I did with Red. You guys, let's talk about Red. I feel like Red and Janelle, there could be something else there. Number one, I do think it was weird that we never saw their, their connection, right? We never saw that part of that. He was definitely speaking up for her and said a lot of complimentary things about her. Um, and he said basically what same thing that Herbert said, that she definitely knows how to talk to guys. What did you think of that interview with Red, Mo?
I think Red likes Red. I think
He does.
Red is Red was there promoting. I don't even know if he even cared about the interview, to be honest with you. He had his bottle set up, his
He
t-shirt.
did. It was Terrell Owens wine,
Yeah,
and
okay.
then
Oh,
his seasonings. His seasonings, his because he cooks.
oh, he had somebody else's stuff on there.
Yeah, it was Terrell Owens. That's his
Oh,
friend. That's his friend.
okay.
And he had the thought job shirt on.
He had the what?
So you didn't see it, but earlier this season, when he mentioned that he was a comedian, one of the
Okay.
young ladies on the show said that sounds like a thought job, which we thought that was a little bit disrespectful. But
Uh,
yeah,
the funny thing was the comments because the people was like, he's not funny. They was killing him. They was killing him.
I do think because, and I told him like I've been around comedians. We've talked about this, and a lot of times they're not trying to be funny, but they are funny.
Right.
Like I don't. I really was tempted to go look up footage of his comedy shows because I want to see. I just don't get anything funny from him.
Not even naturally. You just didn't. I get it.
But I also feel like he was offended by how he had been portrayed on the show. So I feel like he came on the show because also I was prepared for something else because he was like, I'm gonna tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. This is a one night only interview. So I was really expecting him to really like, I didn't know if he was gonna, I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I was prepared. I was like, okay, we about to get it in. But he obviously, he said that the girl had that said that accused him of having a thought job. She obviously has people that have I guess the history with him, and she was acting out of that. But I didn't really, nothing else really came out. But he did say that he and Janelle had a connection. Do you think Janelle and Red would have been a better fit than Janelle and Q?
No, no, no. I don't.
See,
I
I
don't.
think so. I do think so.
I mean, just from what I saw, I didn't see them, so I don't know. That's my first time seeing them. I didn't watch all those episodes. But first of all, he comes off as a person that speaks in third person. He might not, but he comes off like that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He comes off like that. Just about, that's kind of weird. But I don't think that would work with her personality.
Really? See, I think
Yeah.
it would work better than her and Q. I think that and I honestly, Christy, I think everybody felt like Janelle and Herbert would have been more aligned. However, Herbert was very clear about the fact that he wants his own children. Also, Herbert, this is what I thought after my interview with Herbert. I think he's a great guy. I think he's going to make an amazing husband and father when he's ready and when he meets the woman that's supposed to be the woman for him. I feel like all this him not being intentional and him not he just it's not he hasn't met her yet. That's it. I don't think there's anything wrong with Herbert. He really is very self-aware. He's very intelligent. He's going to be great when the right one shows up at the right time. I feel like the ladies on the show weren't the right ones, so he wasn't moving out of character, right?
Did he call any of them by their whole names? I'm just curious. Because he definitely called you by your whole name. The
Well,
whole.
he was just talking. That was just we were just having an interview. But and I also think it was to kind of like, make the situation feel light. But no, I think he liked Janelle. I think he did not like Kira like that. He and Jessica have known each other for years, so obviously there's no love connection there. But yeah, I think he's you know, I think he and Jessica, and people keep saying he's only 38. He's actually younger than a lot of the people on the show. He just maybe has a more mature
he,
presentation.
he definitely does.
Yeah. He presents in a more mature way.
He
But
and the other guys on it.
say what?
How did he interact with the other guys?
I think he just always was like cool. Like he just seemed like that cool.
No,
He
he
just
seemed respectful, super, good energy. Nothing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that all season long. I also noticed that the guys all get along, which is great. Um, you know, not he got that Morgan Freeman swag. Y'all stupid.
Hey,
Oh, hey, Tequila. Tequila girl, what is happening? You gotta come on. Tequila, you gotta come on Friday. Hopefully you can come on next Friday after this reunion because Herbert said that he did not see Kira in a romantic way, which is why I said that's what he told us. Um, Gun Boss said, Mo, you got that lighting going on this today. Mo got his light. His light is right tonight.
Okay, appreciate that. Okay, cool, cool.
Um, yeah, Herbert did say that he couldn't focus on more than one woman, but it's not even that. All the women said that he wasn't really coming after them. So, who said that? Who said he was 43? No, Herbert said he was 38 because I remember thinking, wow, that's a lot younger than I thought that he was. Um, yeah, Red is 43. So, but Herbert actually seemed more mature just in his way than Red. So I think that Janelle would have been a better fit for Red than Herbert. That's just my. I mean, then Q. I don't think that her and Q make any sense at all. Did you feel like the kiss was genuine, Mo?
For her,
You feel like it was genuine for her? Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, gun boss. Only my honey bunny would say that. Thank you, babe. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think that we want to get to the reunion, so we can get to the next season. Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. There is a new show called Make a Move that is coming on. We played. I think I played the. I played. Maybe I'll go ahead and play it again. I played the video a couple of weeks ago. Do I still have it? Do I still have it? Do I still have it? I don't have it. So there, yeah, Make a Move, and the show shows some Ready to Love alumni from prior seasons. We have Zadia from DC, we have Sharice from Miami, we have Ashley from Atlanta, and we have Bernicia from Houston, right? So I'm wondering, do you guys think that this show is going to work? And this show is four ladies. They're in a house, and um, they're going to be going on dates with a matchmaker. Do you guys think that that show is going to be a better fit? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Did you see the previews for that, Mo?
Nah, I didn't see it, but the concept is they're living in the house, correct?
They're living in a house.
This is all alumni.
This is four alumni from various seasons. I don't think that it's going to work. Now, I will tell you this, and that's why you guys have Mo. I'm telling you, out of all these girls, Sharice is Mo's type.
Oh,
Sharice is Mo's type.
who's
Yeah,
that?
I'll show you. Sharice is Mo's type. But yeah. So the idea is that the ladies have to, at the end of it, if they find a gentleman there in New Orleans, they would have to move there. That doesn't seem realistic for any grown woman. We know Sharice is very business oriented, and she has her own company. She does. She's an esthetician and does skincare and things like that. Ashley is in Atlanta, and I'm not sure exactly what she does. Vernisha, I don't remember what she did either. But I know she does something in fitness in DC. And then Vernisha has a salon in Houston. The likelihood of any of those women relocating to New Orleans seems very slim to none. It just doesn't make sense for grown people with established businesses to relocate for a show.
This is my thing. They need to get minimum wage people to get on the show together, and that'll be a better show. These women that got this money and got these own businesses, whatever, they can't find love. I mean, god damn, it's hopeless for everybody. Listen, we need to get fast food workers, warehouse workers, and let them get a show. I'm sick of these other people.
Yeah, these women are way too established to uproot their business to go to New Orleans. I definitely don't see, I don't even understand why that was a thing,
They
but I
showed today.
say what?
I think they showed that today.
They did show it today. That's why I'm talking about. I should have pulled a clip from it, but I just don't think that it's realistic. We're gonna have the ladies come on and talk. We're gonna focus on Make a Move as we wait for the next season of Ready to Love. But I think that the audience likes to see what's going on with the different cast members. But a lot of the thing, I feel like a lot of the issues, and I can say this because I was single for a long time. And what I learned about my situation is that I was single and it really was my fault, right? For the most of the point. Now, I do feel like, my husband was my one and he didn't show up until I was ready. But I feel like a lot of me being single was my own issue. And a lot of the women that have come on ready to love, a lot of them, um, being single is because of themselves. They're not ready, or they're not focused. Love is not a priority. They are really focused on trying to find someone to fit in a box that they've created. And that's
Yeah,
not really how love works. Now, I
yeah.
also think the men are just not serious about they're just not serious. They're playing, right?
At what age?
Well, most of the people I'm ready to love are in their 30s and early to early 40s.
Okay.
So the men are
Possible.
just playing. Why do you think that men are playing longer than they have in years past?
Um, you would think it'd be the other way around, but oh, obvious because I don't even think it's necessarily playing. I just think the mindset of the modern woman has changed.
Okay, but you just threw it back. You see how I took accountability for the women, and I'm like, okay,
No,
I'm taking accountability. I know I was the reason why I was single, but so for men, what
because for all men, you just spoke for yourself. You didn't speak for all women.
No, but I did. I said a lot of the women that come on this show, I think that they have the same issues.
I think it depends on a lot of what the guys were doing in their life prior. For me personally, I think men as an adult need 6 to 10 years of being single.
That's a
I'll
lot.
say 6 to 8 of just dating and figuring it out. Opposed to you meeting. I know guys who got married in their early 20s, divorced in their mid 30s, and pick right back up in their early 20s. They didn't get a chance. They just left their mother's house. Now they're in some house with some woman 3 or 4 years later. They don't even know what type of women they like because they only dated really the one woman. They haven't traveled, they haven't been experienced enough. But society tells them you need to fit this, do right by this woman, do this, opposed to get out here and figure it out. Figure it out. And grow, learn. You don't have to lie to these women. You can just be like, you know what, I like you, but I'm dating. And a lot of men, especially when you're young, you don't feel like you can say that. A
Yeah.
lot of brothers, a lot of younger guys are saying it now, a little bit more, but a lot of guys, especially from my era, were scared to even say that because we didn't want to scare the women away.
Yeah, but lying is not,
So,
that doesn't ever work.
when you meet a guy and he's later and he's like, well, you should have gone past that. He never really got to experience it, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like, there's something going on because we look at shows like Ready to Love,
Yeah.
Married at First Sight, and there's a lot of people, a lot of women that want to be married and want to be in relationships. And I don't necessarily know if there's the same energy from men that want those long term, if they want to be, if they want to be in those relationships. So, what advice? Radiance 230 asks, so what should women do in the meantime? Like, what advice would you give these women? Because in their 30s, women, for the most part, there are a lot of women looking for relationships, and you're saying that men should be single for 6 to 10 years. That's, I mean,
No,
by the time he's ready to settle down, he
in
gonna
your
be
20s,
dried up.
then women, your 20s are for you.
Right.
Your 20s are for you. I'm not saying in your 30s, but 6 to 8, your 20s are for you. Try to
Right.
figure out travel. I know grown men that they don't have to, but sneak out the house to try to get an experience they should have had freely. But they felt like they needed to be in a relationship because someone said, whether you make this girl an honest woman or be in a relationship, you shouldn't be playing around like that. Opposed to telling him, you know what, you're young. You shouldn't be tied down. You're only 22 years old. What are you doing? Live your life. When the women aren't going anywhere, get yourself together. How you going to figure something out between you and somebody else? You ain't even figured you out yet.
So what? But at this point, we get to the point where people are in their 30s and 40s.
Right.
And there I think that there are a lot more relationships than and it's being embraced recently in a much different way. But I also think there's still a disconnect when it comes to dating.
Yeah.
What is one of the things, and I can only speak, you're right, for someone that said, Christal, you can only speak to yourself. I do only speak to myself, but I feel like my example is one that I see a lot because of myself. So, I mean, because of my friends are in those situations. So, what do you think? What do you think is something that what advice would you give to women that are dating people like yourself? Because you've just gone on a couple of dates. I gave you a great opportunity for, I mean, a great date idea for the ice cream. You're out there in these streets. What is keeping you single?
Um, I like traditional women. I like diamonds. Diamonds are hard to find. I don't see any traditional women. I don't meet them anyway. I think I'll be on to something. I'm confused. I don't know who's who no more. I really. So in the meantime, I'm going to have fun and enjoy myself, and hopefully, anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But I just believe, like, at the same time, man, we're all here trying to figure it out. Like me and you had a conversation the other day about how to treat a woman, right? And I was telling you, talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing. And a lot of these brothers don't know, and we get criticized for that. But we honestly, a lot of us don't know, so which
So Mo was saying that he had never been taught by another man how to treat a woman, how to treat a woman that a good woman. Like you could be taught how to play a girl that's just in the streets, or probably how to have sex with a girl that is sexual, but not necessarily how to treat. Never had a man just say, hey, she's a good girl, this is what you should do with her. And I think that's a huge thing.
never. And I really tried to think about it from uncles, fathers, grandfathers. Like no one said. And then I talked to a few other guys, and they were the same way. Like I got how to treat a promiscuous woman, how to treat a woman with but a lady. Everything I learned on how to treat women good came from a woman, came from something I heard on the song, or came from something I saw on TV.
Right.
It was it was never from another man, and I think that's sad. I think that's real sad.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of it. I had to think about it. So, I want to start to change the narrative because we're not teaching these young brothers how to treat ladies.
Yeah.
Most of our way of treating ladies comes from women.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. That is definitely true, because I've been the one to tell a lot of my guy friends, what they should do with a woman, or and even my son. I've talked to my son. I don't know that my ex husband has talked to him about what he should do. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But these type of conversations to me are important, and I think it goes along with this Ready to Love show, because so much of what we see on the show is a big part of what is going on in the dating world. It's just a reflection of that. I want to send hugs, virtual hugs, to Tequila, and everybody that's on the show. I have several. I have a good friend that was on the show in Atlanta. You guys know Shay is one of my best friends, and she talks a lot about how people that are on this show probably need to go into therapy afterwards. And
Oh,
we do a lot of laughing and fun and joking about the show. But I do feel like, and I've had conversations with other cast members offline, that has said how it really just was a mind, clusterfuck for them. And so I want to just say, I want to send good energy. This is all in entertainment. But I think for some people that are not used to being in the spotlight, when
mm,
you open up your world, you get on television, you're on television for a few weeks, it can probably feel overwhelming. And so I also think a lot of them make decisions that we can criticize, but we really don't know what we would do if we were in their shoes. So I just want to make sure that we all keep that in mind. I love talking, we love laughing, but at the end of the day, these comments are about someone's real life. So I just want to, just say that to make sure that we all keep that in mind when we're thinking about the comments that we're leaving on the page, the comments that you leave on their Instagram pages and things like that. I think that some of the things that we see can be triggering. So I know for the conversation that we saw with Kira, a lot of people were triggered by that. The conversation that we've seen around Janelle, so many people can be triggered by that. Even with Q, and being questioned about, um, dating Black women. A lot of these topics are really close to emotions, right? And places of hurt. So I think that sometimes we can be a little bit too judgmental, in the way we look at this. And so um I did not like there were a lot of things that happened this season that I thought were not cool. It definitely does not ever sound good to hear a Black woman call another Black woman an ugly ass bitch or things like that. But we don't know what that woman was going through, for her to say that, and where she will be at if she's able to mature from that and learn from it. So I just want to say that, as we, close out the regular season, we got to get ready for this crazy reunion. But I just think that we have to make sure that we realize that these are people, and they make mistakes. They have moments of, where they're not probably their best, but that doesn't mean that, you know they deserve to be beat up, continually for it. So, do you have anything to say to that, Mo?
But you're right. If y'all went out on some of my dates, y'all be on my ass too. So, so I get it. I get it. We all, we all human, man, and things happen. So I get it.
Yeah. So we'll be back next Friday, for the reunion. I think I will
Part,
still be out of town.
huh?
What? Go
Part
ahead.
one union. It's a
Part
two
one.
part.
Yes, it is part two. So part one, we will be, and it will be interesting, Miss Wilson, to see if Janelle is held accountable for her actions on the reunion. That'll be interesting to see. But I don't know. I don't know, based on what we've seen so far, if she's open to hearing the the feedback. But we'll definitely see. I definitely want to tell people to tune in next Friday, every Friday at noon, the new show, the Pop Culture Power, here on my channel. I actually gave away a beauty pack, to one of the subscribers today. Mail that package out today. So there'll be giveaways and all types of things. So make sure that you tune in on Fridays. Um, Monday we'll be back with another interview, and we have, uh, Quentin actually is going to join us next week. He wanted to wait until after the reunion, actually, maybe the following week. He wanted to wait till after the reunion to come on. But yeah, I think that we should definitely give grace, and then come back and have fun.
There you go.
Yep. All
Yeah.
right. Well, Mo, I appreciate you hanging out. We'll be back next Friday.
That held on. Just so y'all, because y'all was on my. I saw the comments. Y'all did me dirty. No, but yeah, we good. I'll be
Yeah, and
back.
I'm glad your internet held through tonight. I felt like I was worried because at first when it went out, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But it held out. I will be in Florida next Friday, so you guys, I will not be back in my studio, but I'll be in Florida. Mo will be back. Mo is my co-host for these Ready to Love recaps, because I really feel like it's better to have a non-member do a recap, because if you're on the show, you can't really be honest about other people. And that's what I realized. Like whenever we try to have recaps with other cast members, they don't want to hurt the other cast members' feelings. They can't really be honest about how they feel. They can be honest about their experience, but the recap is really for us to go back and just talk about the entire show. And so I feel like that's why it's important to do that. And I also like having a guy, because it just gives a different perspective than a woman. I think it's important we have men and women to be able to hear from a man's perspective to say what he thinks on behalf of the guys. So Mo definitely holds it down for the guys, and I appreciate that. So we'll be back next Friday. Any dates planned this week, Mo?
I might got something going on this evening, but that ain't none of your business. Listen,
Are you really got a date this evening?
Listen, this ain't about.
You well, I
Huh?
thought that you didn't have it going on.
No, this is. Hey, you about to say too much. Hey,
All right, Mo. Good day. Good. Thank you, sir. I will see you back here next Friday.
see y'all next Friday.
Right. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I am here in upstate New York, getting ready to have a great weekend. I'll definitely post some some video from this weekend on the YouTube channel. So make sure that you're watched. If you did not like this conversation, please make sure that you go ahead and like it, and make sure that you are subscribed. And then make sure that you tune in on Monday for another edition of Reality Check. And then, like I said, you can check out Pop Culture Power, which basically I am taking all the articles that I write about every week and I am doing a conversation about them so you guys can see what my world actually is about, the different trending topics and reality shows that I write about. I'm breaking down each of those articles in a hour-long show titled Pop Culture Power. So it's pop culture through my literary lens, because as a writer I think we see things different. But I'm super excited to be bringing more to you guys. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you are interacting, because we're going to be doing another giveaway next week. Shout out to my winner, Nutandai, of the beauty pack for last week. And I will see you guys right back here on Monday at 8 p.m. for Reality Check. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.